Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm feeling quite festive, and I've just received some new beads in the post, and I thought I would make another version of my little Christmas tree earrings. I've put some photographs attached of the two ones that I'd have already made, so I'm just going to make the same style but using these different beads that have just arrived, and I'm going to take you along and show you how to make them. Really simple to make and really quick to make. All you're going to need is basically one type of wire. I'll put the links to what I'm using below to let you have a look. So today I'm using my 18 gauge aluminium wire, and also all you'll need is some earring hooks, which I like to use. These are my little sterling silver ones that I ordered in bulk, which I would always tend to use with the earrings whenever I'm doing the silver ones. So those are the little ones I've made using the sterling silver. You can actually use whatever beads you liked. In this ones I have chosen little pearls and little crystals to do the tree, and there's a little silver ball in there as well, which that one's actually sterling silver too. But for the ones I'm going to make with you today, I have got little stone beads. So there's little red ones, and I've got two little green crystals, and these are a mix of clear crystals which I've just ordered, and I've got two little square ones, a bit like presents for below the tree. You'll also need different types of pliers. You've got your wire cutters, you have got your chain nose pliers, so I've got just two here. I've got my bent nose ones and my fine ones, and you will need your bail pliers or your round nose pliers just to make your coils that you're going to use. I also like to use my pliers that have the acrylic cover on them just whenever I'm doing my turning, so it just means that there's no dents left in the wire. Okay, let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut to make our earrings. So first of all, I'm going to make them like the first ones that I've made, and I'm going to put a little bit that's going to hang down the center. So get our ruler, and we will measure around 10 inches. So we'll need to do each one. So get our colours ready and measure 10 inches. Again, I like to use a little extra wire. I'd rather have too much so it's easier to work with. And snip that off. And then we also need the little bit that I want to go up the middle. So for this, if I look, it's basically just to be slightly taller than the actual width, the length of the earring itself. So let me see what that is. It's probably around, let's go to be on the safe side and make it easier to work with, about 3 inches. So I'll measure two of those at 3 inches, and I'll set that aside. So we will get our round nose pliers, and all we will do is we will put a little circle, very tiny, on the bottom. Like so. I like to close that nice and tightly. And that will allow me to drop, I'm going to do it with my little present. Drop down at the bottom. And then I think I will use, this is just a little green crystal with a little hole in it. So I think I'll use my hands, and I will just pop that through. Bottom, and that will make our drop. Then I'm going to start to make the coil of the actual Christmas tree shape. So we get our longer, I'll set that aside, we get our longer piece of wire, and again we get our round nose pliers and we get the smallest end and we start to coil round. So this is where you can, basically what you do is once you have your circle, you can choose whatever you want, because you want to be able to grip it. You can either just use your chain nose pliers or your nylon pliers, just as long as you can hold it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to coil. So I like to push my wire rather than pull. And you're just going to go really tightly around it about 6 times. Just make sure that you try and get it really tight against the wire and keep it nice and flat. And you can see where I started it, and I kind of try and end it in the same place. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is my 6th time. So it's just making it now. So what I like to do is I like to do the other one, and then you can kind of measure it off as well. So we do 2 at the same time. So we do our little turn to the right. Now you should end up with 2 coils like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to snip off just a wee bit of extra length about here. And the same with this one. And we're going to get our round nose pliers, and we're just going to get the end of it, and we're going to curl it in so you've got like a little loop, and then we're going to bring it underneath like so. It's just to finish it off, so it sits on top of it like that, and do the same with this one. So we will curl it in like so, and then bring it on top of the coil. Like so. Put one round. So we're going to turn these into Christmas trees. So what you do is you get your round nose pliers and you find the little bit at the top, and you just tease it down like so. Until you make a little Christmas tree shape. Like this. Just going to move my ruler away. So you end up with your little Christmas tree shape, and we do the same with the other one. And you'll end up with something with 2 little coils that look something like that. So then we come to our little bases of what the tree is. So they're a little different, where I did the whole coil the same the last time, whereas I want to actually put this up through and have this sitting at the bottom, dangling about there. And then I want to be able to add a red bead at the top to sit there. So what we're going to do is we're going to just snip a little at the top here. Right there. And we're going to do a little curl like so. But we're going to hook it on. I'm going to make sure it's hooked on to the top of the tree. Like so. And the same with the other side. Okay, and then to finish off, we're going to add on our little ball. So I would like a little ball at the top, red ball. So I'm going to pop it through this, do a little hook at the top. And exactly the same at the bottom. So that's a wee bit long. So I'm going to snip that off. And I'm going to do, so you end up that, and the same with the other one. So now we need to join these to the top. So what I normally do is I would get 2 sets of pliers, and we just get our little hook and we open it as we would do our earrings, just slightly sideways. Hook it on. And close it over. Like so. And the same on the other side. Okay. So once you've finished putting both of them on, you should end up with 2 little earrings looking something like this. And then all that's left to do is add on your earring hooks, which are these. So all we do is get our earring hooks, separate them, and add on. Close them over. And same on the other one. And close it over. And there you go. You have got two little Christmas tree earrings. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you.